You are watching Shadoween, where the stories are real, and the fear is too. I don't really know what to make of this first one. It's a post from a guy in Ohio who sounds like he's just done. He calls it the gas station on 4th Street, and honestly, I think I need a drink after reading it. So, okay, I'm at this Shell station, right? It's like 2:15 in the morning. I'd just finished a double shift at the warehouse and my back was killing me. Like this sharp, stabbing pain right between my shoulder blades because I've been lifting those stupid crates all day. I just wanted a blue Gatorade and maybe those spicy peanuts, the ones that always make my breath smell like a dumpster, but they're so good. The fluorescent light over the pump was doing that flickering thing. Zzz, zzz. It was giving me a massive headache. I was standing there, looking at my bank balance on my phone, $17, which is just pathetic, and I hear this sound. It wasn't a car, it was like footsteps, but too synchronized. I look up. There's these two kids standing right by my front bumper, in a gas station parking lot, at 2 a.m. in the middle of freaking nowhere. They looked maybe 10 or 12. One had this oversized navy blue hoodie on, and the other was wearing what looked like, it looked like a Sunday school outfit from 1950. Like a wool vest over a white shirt. In July. It was like 80 degrees out and humid as hell. I could feel my shirt sticking to my ribs, but these kids didn't have a drop of sweat on them. They were just pale. Like the color of a mushroom you find under a log. My stomach it dropped. You know that feeling when you're driving and you almost hit a deer? That whoosh of ice water in your veins? That was it. I hadn't even talked to them yet, but I wanted to vomit. I grabbed the door handle of my Civic, but I didn't get in yet. I don't know why. I was paralyzed. The one in the hoodie, he doesn't look up, just stares at my shoes. My dirty-ass Nikes. He says, "Our mother is at the house. We need a ride. We are very cold." His voice. Dude, it wasn't a kid's voice. It was flat. Like a Siri voice, but deeper, and without that little upward lilt at the end of sentences. Just a dead line of sound. I stammered something. I said, I can't, sorry. I'm headed the other way. Which was a lie. I lived 3 blocks away. I just felt like if they got in the car, I'd never get out. "We need to come inside," the other one says. The wool vest kid. He stepped closer. The fight or flight thing in my brain was screaming flight, but my legs felt like they were made of lead. "Please let us in. We won't hurt you. We just need to go home." "I can't, man. Get away from the car," I said. I was shaking. I dropped my peanuts. The bag popped and they went everywhere, rolling under the car. I didn't care. I finally looked at the hoodie kid's face. He tilted his head back. I've seen weird stuff, okay? I grew up in a rough neighborhood. I've seen people on stuff. But this? His eyes. They weren't just dark. It was like someone took a drill and just left holes into a void. No white. No iris, just shiny, oily blackness from lid to lid. It was like looking into a deep well at night. My heart did this weird skip-thud thing in my chest. "Let us in," they both said at once, perfectly timed. "You have to say yes." I didn't say yes. I fumbled the door open, dove inside, and locked it so hard I almost snapped the plastic. I didn't even put the seatbelt on. I just reversed out of there, almost clipping the pump. And I didn't stop until I was in my driveway with the lights on. I left my car there the next morning. I walked to work. I haven't driven it since. I'm still paying the monthly loan on that Civic, but every time I think about sitting in that driver's seat, I feel like those eyes are already waiting for me in the rearview mirror. I think I'm just going to let the bank repossess it. This next one is it's really bleak. This user sent this in about a week ago and titled it, "They Won't Stop Knocking." I'm starting to think these things are everywhere and we just don't notice until it's too late. It was raining. Not like a normal rain, but that thick gray Appalachian mist that feels like it's soaking into your very bones. I was staying at my uncle's old place while I was looking for a new job. It's a dump, honestly. The roof leaks in the kitchen, and the floorboards creak every time the wind blows. I was sitting on the couch, eating cold pizza, and watching some old reruns of a show I don't even like, some sitcom where the laugh track is too loud. I had this nagging itch on my left foot, right on the arch, and I was scratching it until it was red. Then the knocking started. It wasn't a normal knock, it was rhythmic. Thump, thump, thump. 3 times. Then a pause. Then 3 more. I figured it was a neighbor or something, though the nearest house is like a half-mile up the holler. I went to the door and looked through the little peephole. There were 2 of them. Little girls, maybe 9 years old. They had these matching yellow raincoats, but they were bone dry. How the hell were they dry? It was pouring out there. They were standing perfectly still, heads bowed, so I could only see the tops of their hair. Flat, greasy-looking blonde hair. "Hello?" I yelled through the wood. I didn't open it. Something felt heavy, like the air in the room had suddenly turned to wet cement. My lungs felt tight. I have asthma, and I thought maybe I was having an attack, but I couldn't find my inhaler. I was panicking for no reason. "We lost our way," one of them said. Her voice was too loud. It sounded like she was standing right next to my ear instead of on the porch. "Can we come in and use your phone? It's very dark out here." "I don't have a landline," I said, "and my cell is dead." Which was true. Actually, the charger cord had frayed, and I was waiting for a new one from Amazon. "We know you have a phone," the other one said. "Please let us in. It's so cold. We just want to call our parents." I moved to the window and pulled the curtain back just a tiny bit. They both looked up at the same exact time. I saw them. The eyes. It was like someone had replaced their eyeballs with 2 lumps of polished coal, just solid black. And their skin. It didn't look like skin. It looked like plastic, like a doll that had been left in the sun too long. I backed away from the window. I tripped over a stack of old magazines, mostly National Geographics from the 90s, and hit my head on the coffee table. My vision went blurry for a second. Thump, thump, thump. The knocking just kept going. They weren't even yelling anymore. They were just whispering, "Let us in," over and over, and I could hear it through the walls, through the floor, like it was coming from inside the house. I ended up locking myself in the bathroom. I sat in the tub with a kitchen knife until the sun came up.
Help me.
When I finally went outside, there were no footprints in the mud. Nothing. But the screen door was unlatched. I don't stay there anymore. I'm living in a Motel 6 near the interstate now. It's loud, and it smells like stale cigarettes and pine sol, but at least there's people around. I can't handle the silence. Every time I hear someone knock on a door, even on TV, I start shaking. I don't think I'm ever going back to that house. My uncle can have it. He can have the pizza, the magazines, all of it.
Help me. I don't even know what to say to this one. This next entry, Under the Fluorescent Lights, was posted on a forum by a woman who worked late shifts in a downtown office building. It's short, but yeah. I hate parking garages. They always smell like exhaust and damp concrete. My office was on the 12th floor,
And I usually stayed until 8 or 9 p.m. because my boss is a total jerk who thinks deadlines are more important than human rights. I was walking to my car, my heels clicking on the floor. Click, click, click. And the sound was echoing way too much. I had a blister forming on my right heel, and it was stinging like crazy. I was just thinking about getting home, taking off my bra, and eating a bowl of cereal. The elevator dings, but I'm already at my car. I turn around. 2 kids are standing by the elevator doors. They're wearing these weird, ill-fitting suits. Like they're going to a funeral, but the suits were made for adults and pinned back. The sleeves were all bunched up at their wrists. They looked like they were 8 years old, tops. "Miss?" one of them says. He had this pale, puffy face. "We're lost. Can you help us find the exit? We need to go to your car." "The exit is that way," I pointed, my hand trembling. I didn't want to point. I wanted to run. Every nerve in my body was screaming at me to get away. It was that feeling you get when you see a snake in the grass. That primal nope that overrides everything else. "We can't see the way," the other one said. He stepped out of the shadows. The light hit his face. I screamed. I couldn't help it. His eyes were just holes. Total blackness. No white. No anything. And he was smiling. But his mouth didn't move right. It stayed too still. "Let us in the car, miss. We'll be quick. Just a ride to the street." I didn't answer. I scrambled into my car, fumbling the keys. I actually dropped them on the floor mat and had to fish around for them, crying the whole time. I could hear them tapping on the glass. Tap, tap, tap. Their fingernails sounded like stones. "Please," they said in unison. "We just need a ride. You're a nice lady. Let us in." I got the car started and peeled out. I didn't even look back until I hit the gate. When I did, the parking garage was empty. Just the flickering lights and the concrete. I quit that job the next day. I didn't even go back for my cactus or my favorite mug. My boss called me 6 times, but I blocked him. I can't go back into that garage. I can't. Every time I see a kid in a suit, like at a wedding or something, I have a panic attack. I'm working from home now, doing data entry for half the pay. But at least I'm not near that elevator. Moving on to a really disturbing one titled Highway 9. This one comes from a long-haul trucker who's seen a lot of weird stuff on the road. But this broke him. I was hauling a load of lumber through Nebraska. It's flat, boring, And at night, it's like driving through a black void. My radio was acting up. Just static, and this one country station that kept cutting out. So I was just listening to the hum of the engine. I had a cramp in my left calf from being in the seat too long, and I was chewing on a piece of stale gum that had lost its flavor 10 miles back. I see these two figures on the shoulder. My headlights hit them, and I slowed down instinctively. You don't leave kids out on a highway in the middle of the night. It's just not what you do. I pulled the rig over, the air brakes hissing. Psst. And I rolled down the passenger window. They were two boys, maybe 12. They were wearing these old-fashioned denim overalls over white shirts. They looked like they belonged in a black and white photo from the Dust Bowl. They weren't moving, just standing there, heads down. "Hey, you guys okay?" I shouted. "Where's your folks?" The one closest to the truck looked up. I almost fell out of my seat. I've been in some scrapes. I've seen some things. But those eyes, they weren't human. They were like 2 drops of ink on a piece of paper. Deep, sucking blackness. I felt this wave of pure, unadulterated terror hit me. It wasn't just fear. It was like my body was telling me I was already dead. "Our truck broke down," he said. He didn't point to a truck. There was nothing out there but cornfields for miles. "We need to come up there. Let us in the cab. It's so cold out here." I can't," I stuttered. My heart was thumping against my ribs like a trapped bird. "I'll call the cops for you. I've got a radio." "No cops," the other one said. He stepped toward the door. "Just let us in. We need to be invited, please. We're just kids." He reached for the door handle. I heard the click of the latch. I'd forgotten to lock the passenger side. I lunged across the seat, my shoulder screaming in pain as I slammed the lockdown just as the handle moved. "Let us in!" They both started screaming. But their faces didn't change. Their expressions were stone cold, even as they screamed at the top of their lungs. "Let us in! We are hungry! Let us in!" I slammed the truck into gear and floored it. I didn't care if I blew the transmission. I looked in the side mirror and saw them standing in the middle of the road, just watching me go. They didn't shrink into the distance like they should have. They stayed the same size for way too long before they just vanished. I don't drive that route anymore. I took a local gig delivering soda to grocery stores. I don't like the dark. I keep all the lights on in my house, even when I'm sleeping. My electric bill is through the roof, but I don't care. I still feel that coldness in my cab sometimes, like they're still waiting for me to say yes. The final story for tonight. The kids from apartment 4B was sent in by someone who lived in a pretty crappy apartment complex in Portland. This one, man, it's the eyes. It's always the eyes. I was doing laundry. It was Tuesday, around 11 p.m. The laundry room in my building is in the basement, and it's a total dump. One of the washers always leaks, so there's this permanent puddle of gray water in the corner that smells like mildew. I was standing there trying to fold my socks, and I realized I'd lost one. A green one with little pizzas on it. I was annoyed, honestly. I just bought those. The door to the laundry room creaked open. I didn't look up at first. I just said, "Hey, the middle dryer is out of order. Don't use it." No answer. just the sound of small footsteps on the wet tile. Squish, squish. I looked up. There were two kids, a boy and a girl. They were dressed in these weirdly formal clothes, like Sunday best, but dusty. The girl had a lace collar that was yellowed with age. They were just standing there, about 5 feet away, staring at me. "Can you help us?" the girl asked. Her voice was thin and reedy. "We can't find our room. It's 4B. Can you take us there?" 4B? I said, confused. There is no 4B. The building only goes up to the 3rd floor. "We need to go to 4B, the boy said. He took a step closer. "You have to show us the way. Let us come with you." I looked at them, really looked. Their skin was the color of old parchment. And then they both blinked. When they opened their eyes, the whites were gone. It was just void. Like someone had cut out their eyes and replaced them with pieces of the night sky. But without the stars, just flat, matte black. I felt this sudden, sharp headache right behind my eyes. I dropped my laundry basket. My clean towels hit the dirty floor, but I didn't care. "Let us come with you," they said. It wasn't a question. It was a command. "We need your help to get inside." I didn't say anything. I just backed away, tripping over the leaking washer. I scrambled toward the stairs, my heart hammering so hard I thought it would burst. I could hear them behind me, but they weren't running. They were just walking, that slow, rhythmic squish, squish on the tile. I made it to my apartment on the 2nd floor and locked all 4 deadbolts. I pushed my dresser in front of the door. I stayed like that for 2 days. I didn't go to work. I didn't even answer the phone. I live with my parents now. I left most of my furniture behind.
I don't like being alone in rooms anymore. If I'm in a room and someone knocks, I just freeze. I can't do it. I keep thinking about that room, 4B. Like maybe it exists now, somewhere in that basement, and they're just waiting for someone to give them permission to come up.
Make sure to subscribe to Shadoween. You don't want to miss what's coming next.